Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another exciting session of Candid Meena. And today we'll be bringing you some very startling hidden facts of the film Empuraan, which has raked up a lot of controversy on social media, and rightfully so. Mohanlal's Empuraan has, the way they have made fun of RSS and Hindus, and it is a very well known. It is a agenda, and it is being funded by foreign forces to demean Hinduism and Hindus and Sanatan Dharma and RSS. So this is, we'll be discussing more and more interesting facts about certain scenes in this film, and we'll be showing it to you exclusively on Candid Meena, as well as the fact that Salman Khan, he is having a very, very hard time right now. And this is I think, the last leg for Salman Khan. And also maybe Rashmika Mandana, who had a lot of hits, and she made the stupid decision of acting with him. So welcome, Manjit. So it is over to you.
Yeah. So, it's very funny. Welcome, Prasad. It's very funny that, if you watch some of the, little reviews, short reviews on social media, you'll see the way people are making fun of Salman Khan Sikandar. They are saying that, see, when he is laughing, you feel like crying. And when he is crying, you feel like laughing. So that's how funny the whole thing is, So it seems finally karma has caught up with him, and he's facing a lot of problems in with this movie. And yes, back to you.
Yeah, so this is what we have. That Salman Khan is, his latest film Sikandar has flopped big time. It is one of the biggest flop in his career, and the film has just collected over 85 crores in 3 days, and that too, this is all we don't know. These are the actual figures. It's all inflated figures, as we all know. And the fact that Salman Khan has said that none of the people or none of his colleagues in Bollywood, they have spoken anything about his film Sikandar, and they're very silent, and they have not. So he has not got any support from the whole of Bollywood fraternity as well, with regards to saying good things about his film Sikandar. So everyone is keeping silent, and they have not supported him. So what does this mean? It means that Salman Khan, is no longer, the time where he used to threaten each and every actor and actress, and their careers used to go down the drain. And we saw that with the case of Vivek Oberoi. We saw that with the case of many others, Aishwarya Rai, and many other actors and actresses he used to threaten. And now he's getting it back in full dose, and he's no longer relevant. Also, Rashmika Mandana thought that this is the perfect opportunity after a lot of hits like Pushpa 2, that if she can get some sort of mileage in Bollywood films. But like the way Pooja Hegde, she also got she also thought that she would make it big in Bollywood, but she flopped. Vijay Deverakonda also flopped. So all these South Indian film actors, they make the biggest mistake of acting in these Bollywood films. And now it is Rashmika Mandana's turn, and she also has flopped in this particular film, thanks to Salman Khan. So Salman Khan, he has to think now how to salvage any attention for himself. So that's why they said that lately the film has been leaked online. So who leaked it online, right? If you have the whole original, video with you, so they when they know that there's no hope, then they say it got leaked online, and that's why it's not doing well in the box office. So and in many city shows that his shows have been cancelled or and replaced as well. So this is what is happening, and Bollywood is down in the dumps. Amir Khan has retired. SRK is somehow he is trying to salvage some attention by anchoring in the IPL opening ceremony, and also making use of IPL's popularity. Yes. KRK review is very interesting.
Yeah. So
Yes.
moving on to now, let's move on to the to Empuraan. Okay, so this is what Mammootty, the second superstar, both are the superstars of Kerala, Mohanlal and Mammootty. So he says, best wishes to the entire cast and crew of Empuraan for a historic victory. Hope it crosses boundaries across the world and makes the entire Malayalam industry proud. Uh, uh, he says, rooting for you, dear Lal and Prithvi. And another Twitter handle says, what's the use of a fake apology, Mohanlal? You don't expect Hindus to boycott Empuraan. Save this fake apology for your own kids and family for failing to be a better human and instead only interested in making Hindu phobic movies for profit. And moving on to another person who said, according to PR teams and blind fans, Empuraan is a blockbuster hit in Kerala and beyond. But the reality, a total washout. Theatre management forced to cancel shows due to empty seats. Just 7 people turned up for the so called pan India mass movie. From biggest hit to biggest flop, reality just slapped the PR brigade. This will be my last tweet on Empuraan until something big happens. To all the propagandists celebrating fake collections and imaginary records, enjoy your delusions while they are here. There's only an empty theatre, zero audience, and total rejection. So, Jaideep, can you read the last bit? I'm not able to see it. We can see.
No amount of paid PR can save a film when the people have discarded it like trash.
Yes,
Keep
absolutely.
inflating numbers.
Yeah, and now you have Grandpa, that is Chief Minister Pinarayi, watching Empuraan movie happily after sending 90% of Kerala youth of his state to Gulf to clean toilets. This itself is enough to tell you what Pinarayi has done to Kerala. Okay, which was the cradle of civilization, which is God's own land. None of the people stay there because he doesn't have jobs for them. And now he's sitting and enjoying Empuraan with his whole family, and his family is really huge. So I think he would have got all free tickets for that. Now, I already told you what Mammootty and others are saying. Now, this is the famous man who decided that Empuraan should be, allowed without any cuts. So now let's go back to our review of this. Now, building upon our shared discussions regarding the various overt and covert currents surrounding Empuraan's production team, today we present a perspective that may indeed cause a stir, amongst you. Many of you have specifically inquired about Prithviraj Sukumaran and his connection to the Illuminati, recognizing that such affiliations exist within the film fraternity. Allow us to elaborate on these potential connections tonight. As you know, earlier also we told you Malayalam actor who is the director of this movie, Prithviraj, had purchased a luxurious 30 crore duplex apartment in Mumbai's upscale Pali Hill area, signaling his growing presence in Bollywood. And you also know that he and his wife are very close to Shah Rukh Khan. Now, the latest news, friends, is that L2 Empuraan box office collections day 7 sees a slump as censored version is released. Following the controversy over scenes depicting the 2002 Gujarat riots, the producers of this movie, it's reported to have made 24 cuts. Now, this re-edited version replaced the original on Wednesday, impacting the film's box office performance. The report states that the Empuraan movie has minted rupees 5.50 crores on its 7th day of release as per early estimates. The film collected 21 crores on its opening day, twice the previous record for any Malayalam film. However, the film saw a 45% drop on its second day, minting 11.5 crores. Day 3 collection stood at 13.25 and day 4 was 13.65. Day 5, 11.15 at 8.55 crores. The collections dipped further on day 6. So you see how, other forces are working on this. Now, a short gist of the movie goes like this. In the movie, Mohanlal returns as Stephen Nedumbali, aka Qureshi, a brand. With the help of Zayed, who is Prithviraj, He returns from overseas to turn his attention back home, where the CM is Jatin Ramdas, acted by Tovino, and he needs to be stopped. This is the movie in a nutshell. Now, the re-edited version of the movie was screened in theaters on Thursday. The makers they say voluntary, they made these 24 cuts, but everybody knows that Amit Shah's ministry actually, held them against the wall and said, you better do it. Now, the film was re-censored by the CBFC, which comes under Prasoon Joshi, who everybody knows was an urban Naxal. The CBFC suggested 24 cuts, including the change of the villain's name from Baba Bajrangi to Baldev. The cuts also included the removal of minister actor Suresh Gopi's name from the thank you card and muting of references to the central agencies. Now, speaking to the media, Mohanlal's driver, turned producer, Anthony Perumaur, said, "We do not do this under pressure. We are people who would like to make corrections if our cinema hurts even any one common man." Well, Anthony, you are totally wrong. You guys were forced to make changes by Amit Shah's office. So don't show your bravado here. We're not interested, is my comment. Now, the film, which was recertified by the CBFC, was re-released on Wednesday, Thursday. But even before the cuts were made, the rupees 180 crore budget film was still running in 4,000 movie halls across 4 languages, Malayalam, Hindi, Tamil and Telugu. And they say, of course, PR says they've crossed the 50 crore mark in 5 days. But I told you the truth, how it has dipped. Further, as per the law, if a film's producer does not send the cut list to the distributors, or the latter do not send the list to the theatres, it would be an offence under Section 6A of the Cinematograph Act, as stated on the CBFC's website. But would anyone be really checking if these cuts have been done so that all the 4,000 screening halls get the edited, recertified version of Empuraan film? Who checks that? If it is this that reveals the vulnerability of film audiences and why the CBFC examining committees of films must take their work very seriously, and someone should seriously throw out Prasoon Joshi out of it. It has been reported in the media that after the examining committee of CBFC Thiruvananthapuram regional officer, please look at the names, Nadeem Tufail, and 4 members, Swarupa Kartha, Roshni Das, GM Mahesh and Manju Hassan, initially reviewed it, and they made only 10 seconds of cuts. And, they gave it 179 minutes and 52 seconds, length for the movie. If not even one differing opinion was given by these very panel members to flag anything that was erroneous in the movie, and they could have, possibly saved the movie from such attack. But it never happened. But the biggest irony here is that the examining committee of the film cleared it for release, and they had 2 members who are reportedly affiliated with the RSS. One of them is GM Mahesh, General Secretary of Tapasya, the Cultural Forum of the BJP. And after the fracas followed Empuraan's release, the New Indian Express reported that Mahesh, on being asked about it, said on March 29th that the censor board can only act as per rules. It is clear that the makers, and especially the film writers, have not read the SIT report or part 2 of the Nanavati Mehta Commission. See, where you know very clearly that Modi and Modiji and Amit Shah have been cleared of the allegations. The commission also absolved the state administration, minister and police officers from any complicity, direct or indirect, and ruled out any conspiracy to organize the large-scale riots. So it described the riots as a spontaneous response to the burning alive of car sevaks in Godhra in the Sabarmati Express on February 27, 2002. Here, 59 car sevikas, including children, were burnt alive. Now, Empuraan apparently does not place this context of the Gujarat riots fairly, and only shows detailed depictions of Muslim victims of violence, implying it to be more of a vengeful slaughter of Muslims by Hindus. Now, this narrative is akin to the media propaganda we saw at that time. You remember BBC had tried to bring in a documentary, and it was banned in India. Now, it is the same thing. They've just taken the same content and put it here. Now, when it was in fact a communal riot between two communities. Of the 1,000 deaths in the Gujarat riots, 254 were of Hindus, including women and children. Even given the filmmakers' personal biases or biases, if just this SIT and Nanavati Mehta Commission reports had been read by these people, this one-sided propaganda would not be peddled as truth, leading to this disruption. Any disruption after the film's release entails that the film's producers make some losses. Now, the media has reported that producer Gokulam Gopalan has admitted that re-edit and re-censoring of the film would cost him rupees 40 lakhs. Now, this man has been, checked by the ED before, and there has been news about money laundering. So we do not know what this man is talking about. One thing is very clear. Film audiences, like consumers, when we buy things, we are vulnerable to misinformation. And if filmmakers are not responsible when referencing communal events or historic facts, when they distort it, it is the CBFC's duty to ensure this. And Prasoon Joshi and his complete team have failed in this, and he should be sacked only on this aspect, because he's been doing this before and time and again. Now, the board's remit, its guideline and rules need to be reviewed with amendments made if required, so that such controversies do not happen where an understandable public reaction forces mid-course correction by the filmmakers, as it happened in Empuraan, after running in 4,000 screen houses. Now, everybody, friends, it's very funny because people keep saying that, see, it's only a movie, it's only an artistic form. Why are you taking it so seriously? Well, art, if it sticks to facts, can be appreciated. But when it distorts facts, then it is something terrible. And, there is a delicate boundary that exists. And when that is transgressed, it transforms storytelling into a vehicle for the distortion of faith and desecration of sacred beliefs. Now, in this movie, now I'm going to come out with something that's completely new to you. And that is, till now, we thought it was an anti-Hindu, anti-Indian movie. So the Christians were all having a happy time thinking that it's only attacking Hindus and India. But now, Christians have found out that there is a very subtle message and making fun of their religion, and this is something very, very shocking. So there is a dialogue where they say that when the Son of God sins, Mohanlal says, when the Son of God sins, God sends a black angel. Now, who is this black angel? And this is written by the famous Murli, the urban Naxalite writer of Empuraan. Now, is he attributing sin to Christ? And who is this black angel that he's referring to? So is the writer placing Lucifer or Satan in the limelight while undermining the essence of Christianity? Does it show that their God is powerless and that Lucifer has come to reign? In another point in the movie, it's mentioned that Karagosh, the only Christian town in Iraq, was chosen for the shooting. And here, if you take a look at what happened there, it was a town filled with Christians where all of them were slaughtered in the name of jihad, and all the churches were demolished. Now here you see in the movie that Lucifer arranges a meeting at the church to take down an African cartel of drugs, and he's assisted by a man called Masood, and they select this town. And in the end of the scene, the church is demolished, the crucifix falls and turns around to form an L, which is to endorse Lucifer. So you see, friends, this Jesus, theme has come into the movie. Now, a very, very frank, article, or rather a review, has been written by a man called Jitin Jacob in Facebook. And he said, Empuraan means the offspring of the devil. Now, this post, he said, is intended for Christian believers, glorifying terrorists in the movie Empuraan, spitting poison against Hindu beliefs, spitting poison against the nation, India, and even trying to create communal riots are the most wild attack on Christian beliefs through many infiltrations. In many of the movies that Prithviraj has made, Now, I'm just giving you a gist of what he's saying, because he has written it in Malayalam. So I'm just translating it in, with its facts on this. Now, in many of the movies of Prithviraj, with a stand can be seen that it is, talking about satanic service or devil worship, misinterpretation of Bible verses, showing verses that are not in the Bible, presentation of demonic symbols, demonic praises, indirectly insulting Jesus Christ. And you will see that there are, some of the movies that many of us have seen are, that are, about Satan worship and Satan images are Stop Violence, Adam, John, 9, Ezra, Cold Case. So these are some of the movies. And some of the symbols that connected to Satan are 666, 618, 888, FFF, and so on. They are thought to be demonic images. Even the Bible mentions the number 666, indirectly smuggling satanic things in movies like Seventh Day and Memories. Most of these movies are movies that broke into 8 levels. Even then, movies in the same pattern kept on coming. Needless to say, who was the construction partner in many of this? Similarly, Lucifer and Empuraan, the 2 movies, one after the other, are filled with satanic praises, satanic images, Bible verses that don't exist, and insulting Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Lucifer is a form of Satanism or evil in the Bible. And the Christian belief the car number used by Mohanlal in this movie has the number 666, which is Satan's number. There is a snake in the shape of Jesus Christ. So Jaidev, I think you should just go on to the pictures. So let me just bring you friends too. So, yeah, so that is, we're talking about Lucifer. And now you're talking about the number 666 and some of the symbols of Illuminati. You see the eye, right? And here again, there is a snake in the shape of Jesus Christ crucified with a broken neck in the Bible. Snake is a symbol of the devil. The Bible verse that Mohanlal says, saying Ezekiel 25:17 in Lucifer climax is not there in the Bible. The wicked will be raised like a palm tree, told in the movie Memories is also not a Bible verse according to the Bible. It is righteous to grow like a palm tree. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree in Lebanon, will grow like a goddess. The wicked will be grown like a palm tree is Satan's testimony. It is for Satan to spread that those who do evil will prosper. So let's go to the next image. So you see here, you see Jesus and Satan whispering in his ear. Now you look at some of the dialogues in the movie. When the Son of God himself does wrong, who else other than the devil to rely on? Remember that Jesus Christ is called the Son of God. Mohanlal's character sitting in front of a broken church says, Black angel to reap the harvest of sin sown by the Son of God. Here also Jesus Christ is insulted. At the same time, praising the devil by saying the black angel is coming. So now here, friends, you'll see more images, okay? Let me just go to that. Okay, Jaidev, I had some more images in that. If you can show it, I would be grateful. So, you'll see how the dialogues and the scenes are coming. And as I mentioned, the city of Karagosh in Iraq, it was flagged by ISIS. You don't need to say who committed the massacre in Karagosh, the jihadi terrorist organization ISIS. All the Christian infidels, including small children, were killed by ISIS. The rest fled, and all the churches were then destroyed. So you understand this underlying message that they had. Nowhere else in the world Prithviraj would have chosen for Lucifer compromise meeting to destroy African drug cartel head Kabuga. He chose that Karagosh. That too, the discussion took place inside the Christian church in this city. Why a Christian church in Karagosh, Iraq? Now, Lucifer showed inside that church what they're talking about is that these Christians, should they leave Asia, is the message that is being given very clearly. Now, who plays the character of Syed Masood? So you will see that. See, there is a very a lot of thrust on jihadis here. And as I said earlier, at the end of that scene, the church is burned down and the cross falls and becomes an L. So the word Empuraan feels like a deliberate alteration. It's close to Lord, a common term Christians use for God. However, see, they say Tamburan. However, in this context, it promotes a king figure, effectively replacing and praising the devil. This is only a glimpse of the many satanic and insulting references to Christianity that Prithviraj has allegedly woven into his films, written by the urban Naxal writer Murli. The scope of this issue appears to extend beyond initial observations. Evidence suggests not only an anti-Hindu and anti-Indian sentiment, but also an anti-Christian bias. Given the recurrence of these themes in Prithviraj's films, it raises concerns about potential foreign influence and the possibility of connections to groups like the Illuminati, who are alleged to engage in devil worship. It is crucial to investigate the funding sources of these productions, including potential influence on the censor board, as well as the financial assets of these productions. Empuraan is not as simple as we all think. It's not only anti-Hindu and anti-India, it's also anti-Jesus. They are praising Satan. The film Empuraan presents a complex and potentially subversive narrative that extends beyond mere anti-Hindu and anti-Indian sentiment. Allegations suggest that it also harbors many anti-Christian themes, seemingly promoting a victory of Satan over the Son of God, Jesus Christ. This aligns with the purported ideology of certain groups, including those associated with Illuminati and organizations funded by George Soros, whose stated aims include the destabilization of established civilizations and the removal of Prime Minister Modi. Given these connections, it is imperative that the Enforcement Directorate of India investigate the film's funding sources, scrutinize the veracity of claims regarding the purported box office success. This is also a huge lie, particularly the assertion of exceeding 200 crores, which every day Mohanlal and Prithviraj are tweeting or writing on Facebook. Now, amidst reports of low theatre occupancy, people are saying theatres are empty, but Mohanlal and Prithviraj are saying they have exceeded 200 crores. So who is lying? A thorough examination is warranted to ascertain whether illicit financial activities are contributing to the film's promotion and dissemination. Now, friends, I'd like to take your comments because it's very important to know what you are also thinking. So let's go to let's start taking comments, Jade, because they're
very See, before that, I would like to bring to your attention that the film called Manjumal Boys, that was a very huge super hit film in Malayalam film industry. And the Manjumal Boys, ED and the income tax, they raided this film. And ED also examined and they sought legal advice to freeze the bank accounts of the producers and distributors of the film Manjumal Boys of allegations of inflating ticket collection figures for money laundering purposes. And so this has been done to the makers of this film Manjumal Boys. So is the ED and income tax only selectively choosing to raid people, or this is my question? Why not each and everyone who is suspect, please?
Yeah. Soul Eater says one good thing is that old videos on YouTube about Kodra train incidents are gaining new viewers and more Malayalis are seeking the truth. So this backfired a little, not a little, a lot. They've sold their souls to the to Mammon. Yes, absolutely. And Sharon says, welcome from Dallas. And I'm also from Kerala. Actor Mohanlal is not a pure soul. An evil soul for money, he will do any deed, including Rajya Droham, which is Desh Droham. Osama bin Laden, the complete cheat, he has Dubai terror. And they're expecting their Mahdi and will not tolerate any other religion. Ajay says, slowly Malayalam and Tamil films are adapting woke content. Thankfully, Telugu films are not as of now. And Ashwini says, Prithviraj has drug mafia links and terrorist roots. Milburn says, they've twisted who Lucifer really is totally. They worship him and are working to make as many to fall for this demon. All this to bring in the caliphate and antichrist system. Very well said, Milva. There is only one explanation for their behavior. They are under demonic possession. And Milva says Satan is the father of lies, just like that. Welcome, Parag. And someone says, where is this guy leading the people? There is certainly somebody behind this anti-national. As we said, there is an international organization who are funding them, and all they're thinking about is money. How much money is enough for Prithviraj Subman, and how much money is enough for the superstar Mohanlal, who has been making so many movies for so many years? Is money the only criteria? Is what I'm asking. And Mishra says, told you, boss, Kerala movie industry is full of forced secularism. They are expecting their money and will not tolerate any other religion. And Parag says, George Soros is the father of all depravity in every sphere these days. But you know the funny thing, Parag, just ask any of the AI, apps, who is Soros, and they'll all say, no, he's a good guy. Okay, people are just making up stories about, his connection with Illuminati. Now, government could cross-check by entertainment, tax collection by these theaters, says Rakesh Kumar. Well said, Rakesh. And I hope they do it. Welcome, always. Nice to see you.
Welcome.
And Mishra says, Christianity is based on demonization of old world pantheon, including Hindu gods. Earlier, they did it with Babylonian, Canaanite, and other pantheons. Nowadays, pastors are calling Ma Kali a demon. Very well said, Yasha. So this is, so much of information that has been covertly hidden because they did not want to upset Christians openly. They did to the Hindus openly. They thought the Hindus, they are all very secular. They will take it and they will just take it in their stride. But Christians are not going to do it. You will see that every church, every Christian will fight this when they know what this movie is all about. It is against their religion. And everybody knows that Jesus Christ was a peaceful person and he wanted peace on this earth. As did the Hindus. The Hindus are the most peace-loving people. And what has Prithviraj done? He has projected them as evil. People going and raping pregnant people. What is this nonsense that they've shown?
Yeah, so I would like to, see, one more thing is now the public memory is very important as far as Kerala is concerned. Will the public learn from this horrible experience is my question. Whether it is the Hindus or whether it's the Christians, will they, boycott their films in the future? Is a very big question mark. Or will they continue watching the films like before? If they forget this episode and continue watching the films, then they have won. So that is what they are trying to do. And one more important thing is the American deep state is the one who is funding all this woke antichrist content and all those things. But the question is, Donald Trump said that he has given a list of the US aid recipients in India. So who are these recipients? Will Modi ji reveal who are the recipients of the funding from US aid in India? That is my question, because this is something which we have to see if the list comes out. Yes.
So now, friends, one thing is very clear. This is not just an ordinary movie with using Hollywood techniques, as they have touted it to be. And it's the most expensive movie, they say. So it's got all the things. And now what's happening is these people who are supporting the movies have got very scared because they are being exposed. So they are calling all Hindus Sangis. And they're saying that we are just talking gibberish. Okay? We're not talking gibberish. Now it is time for you guys to be scared. Because now karma is going to go and hit you. Now all your financial, sources are going to be checked deeply. Everything, okay, right from Ashirwad films under Mohanlal, okay, Prithviraj films with his wife, okay, I even forget her name, his film, also Chitti, group Gokul Gopalan. All these people are going to be completely exposed because not only have they hit India, they hit the Prime Minister, they've hit Amit Shah.
Yeah, but I would like I
Christians?
would like to, I would like to, it all depends on the BJP central government as well, because do they have the political will is my question, right? Or only will they go and selectively raid, like, certain production houses or certain, like, the Manjumal boys, or will they, shy away from, taking any action? So everything is based on how BJP also acts in a way. How did the film escape censorship, right, in the first
No,
place? Is my
Dave, that's not the question. The question is that when the censorship board is headed by urban Naxalites, by people who are anti-Hindu, who are anti-Christian, and anti-India, they are the people who should be thrown out, starting with Prasun Joshi. How the hell did he get an extension from 2014 till today? He's there, and he is anything that comes which is Hindu related, he will just throw it away, and anything that is jihadi, he will accept it. Who is he? Is he, fighting elections, or is he getting funded?
So the question is, even the mainstream media does not take up this topic because they're paid. They don't question the people sitting in the censor board as well.
Yeah. So what Pasak says is so well said. This is so scary. Why the government can't ban this kind of movie? They know that their movies will discuss by social media, will bring public to theaters. And Milburn says the pus has to ooze for the wound to heal. It's what we are seeing. And evil is being exposed big time, and anti-God, all of them. Now, Parag says Hindus have always been the soft target. It's high time that Modi ji needs to take action against these people or these guys. Yes, absolutely. And also the fact is that Hindus have been taking it, passively too long. Now is the
Yeah,
time. This
but
is your nation. This is your nation. Start fighting for it.
yeah, one good thing is the Wakaf amendment bill has passed in Lok Sabha, and it will very soon be passed in the Rajya Sabha. So this is a excellent move by the BJP, and hats off to Modi ji and Amit Shah.
Absolutely. On this note, we end the session. Please write your comments. It's very important for us to understand what you feel. And also, please do not sit back and think that people will fight for you. No, you need to fight in whichever form you can fight, whether it's through social media or whatever. Inform people about what's happening. Then you have done your work. Yes, very truly said, man. Why should they make movies in religious context? Absolutely. And who are we to criticize other religions? People follow a religion because they are fond of it, or they are habituated to it. Rakesh says Hindus also should stop watching movies in theaters so that they don't. You know what, Rakesh? Movie theaters are empty. It is only Kerala, the communist regime, who is saying that the theaters are full. Okay, I don't believe that. Either they must be paying them. Mohanlal must be just selling the tickets to them. Not selling, giving them tickets, rather.
It's like corporate bookings. We have discussed this,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they'll book, like, for many days. They'll just put in huge sums of money, and they'll book the shows for many days, and it'll look booked, right? So that is the trick. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Kalyani. Always nice to have your support. And thank you to all of you for being with us. And please push the truth across to people, because mainstream media is not going to tell you this. The moment they get some money and some sponsorship, they'll say Mohanlal and Prithviraj should get an Oscar for it. This is how mainstream media behaves. Now, Kalyani says, please, guys, do not go and see the movie or on OTT. Absolutely. And Rakesh says that ask them revenue details of entertainment tax collected during this period. Rakesh, if there is a will, there is a way. I don't know how many of these people have the will. Okay, half the time politicians are so closely connected to Bollywood and the drug cartel and all that. We don't know, where it's going to work. Otherwise, SSR case would have been solved after 5 years. It takes 5 years to get solved a case. Okay, other cases which are connected to the politicians get solved in a day. How come? So Supreme Court also, we are seeing that, judiciary, there is some sort of mischief happening there as well. Now Ajay says filmmakers and politicians are hand in gloves. They seek benefits from producers. That's why they make such films. See, and not only that, also realize, Ajay, these people buy hotels, With all this black money that they have, they buy hotels, and they just become more rich and more rich. That's it. And they don't care two hoots for your country. So with this, we end this session. Thank you. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.